So I don't know how much you saw before this moment, but we're gonna do a quick recap so that you guys didn't get 9 minutes of us talking. So
And then the
E30 4x4. I got great writing. Needs engine mounts, brakes, cooling system, tires, drive shaft. We need to make sure headlights work, brake lights work. We need to work on the seats. We need to make sure the windows work. It needs a dipstick because I broke it. It needs fuel hooked up. It needs wiring so it can run. We need to make the distributor timed, or time the engine. We need to put oil in it. We need to get a radiator in it, which is kind of cooling system. We're gonna put an E-fan in it, which is kind of cooling system. We need to make an exhaust on it, so my wife will ride in it with us. We need to make sure that there's fluid in the both the dips, the transfer case, and the transmission. We'll put oil in the engine, so we're hoping we'll do a good job at that. We need a banner for the windshield, and we need a hood on it.
Right on.
And then we need to register it. Which, yeah, it'll be registered. All right, let's get to work. All right, so it still doesn't run, but I thought it was a great time to put new tires on the wheels, so that's what I'm doing.
What are these?
These are some Goodyear Wrangler MTRs.
Right on.
37 by 1250.
They look big. We noticed some rubbing earlier when we were getting the car in too, so we might have to sort that out.
It's probably gonna rub. This is definitely
That's a fucking tire, Chris.
These are definitely gonna make this
Man.
thing look a lot more like legit.
It's not gonna fit without cutting the front, son.
Just lift it, dude. It's an old Chevy truck.
Fuck, that is a tire, mate. Look at that thing. You want help? Hoorah! Oh my god. This is great.
Alright, so it turns out the Mountain 1250s on here, that's 12.5 inches wide. I don't know if this is 10-inch rim. I don't know what it is. I can't get the beats to set
16.5
on the moon. Well, no, this way.
Oh, I like it. 10.
So if it was narrower, it would be easier. So we got beard removal sauce.
Beard removal sauce. So I'm gonna try this shit at home.
We'll do a little bit of.
Yeah. A
And
little
then-
bit of this.
Too easy.
That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote.
And that's 2 of 4, yeah?
3 of 4.
3 of 4. Oh, nice. We're making progress.
Uh-oh.
Getting sketch with it.
Now we're going again. Now we're going again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Whoa! All right, on the floor strategy.
Here we go, boys. Whoa! That
Jeez.
fucking worked.
Oh,
Holy shit!
good lord!
Nice little heat wave.
Good for the
That
summer.
was a fireball. That was a fireball.
Tires are on. I'm gonna drink a drink for each one. I wasn't gonna drink, but fuck it.
You got some shit done, right?
I stole one from these guys in the fridge. All right, you guys want to go see the new tires? Let's go check them out.
I gotta go eat.
Does it look bigger?
She looks money.
So they're 2 inches taller and 2 inches narrower. So we did notice something. That wheel's the same. This wheel's the same. This wheel's the same. This wheel was different and substantially harder to mount, hence that last part. And if you look from the back, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but the back spacing is a little bit less on that one. That one comes in just a little bit more than that one. But I don't think any of that matters. We're good. See ya, Elliot.
See you up soon.
All right.
Might bring you a painting next time.
Oh, dude, I like paintings.
Nah, it's power, man. It's a good stance.
So, yeah, that's done. So I'm gonna drink this thing and then we're gonna address the next thing.
Let's do it.
All right, so we need a radiator. This is a 450 SL, apparently. What is it, 78? Is it?
I don't know, 77?
79, 77, from the 70s. So R107, I guess. Anyway, we bought this, had some plans for it. They're not gonna come to fruition. So, I did some measuring, and I need a radiator for that car. Really, that's as far as it opens. So the issue with using a BMW radiator is the expansion tank has to go to some spot on the block to circulate. And then I was like, cool, I'll use the GM radiator setup because it's a small block, but it's like too wide for the E34 and doesn't really fit. So I started looking around, and this old, it looks like a brass radiator, is exactly the same size as the E34 one with an expansion tank, but the expansion tank drain, or whatever you call it, is actually attached to the radiator. So that might not make any sense to you guys, but this is gonna make my all my work really easy. So I'm gonna work on getting it out. All right, so I got the radiator out. Here's the radiator. Good old brass unit. It took some persuasion to get it out of the Mercedes. I actually had to use a jack from the bottom. It was so wedged in there. I think it still holds water though.
It's also equally wedged in this one.
Yep. So I just had to hit the frame, since the BMW frame doesn't really matter anymore, with a hammer to clearance it a little bit. And these side things, and just, she went right in, barely moves. I'm just gonna, you know, maybe a zip tie from right there to right there, and I think she's installed. And please don't tell me about dissimilar metals and corrosion and shaping and all that things, because I understand all of that and it's gonna happen, but it's gonna make it through the weekend, and that's what I care about. Yeah, so here is our coolant out, or whatever you wanna say, and it literally lines right up. And I'm just gonna need to get one to go from this neck to right here, and then this hole right here will go to an expansion tank. And I was gonna use the Mercedes one, but it looks a little rough. So I'm gonna go find one from another German manufacturer. So I'll come back with that here in a bit. But I think these hoses work pretty well. I think if I just shorten this one up a little bit to get that kink out of it, I think that's like right around the exact right size.
And then this is we're going to the Gambler this weekend, and that's like our beta test, and then the Rambler is where it's happening.
Yeah, so we got the Colorado Gambler 500. It's the takeoff of the original Gambler 500, which I believe is in Oregon. So yeah, but then we got something called the Rocky Mountain Rambler, which is the same thing as the Gambler, except it actually is a competition to get to the end first. It's supposed to be $500 cars, or cars worth 500 bucks. I think this qualifies. I mean, there's like there's very little money into this, and I did pay $500 for the car. So hopefully they let us. If not, I mean, I understand. This is kind of like cheater level. Like, this is going to be a very functional vehicle, and you guys are going to see, hopefully, on the way to the Gambler, how functional of a vehicle this actually is.
We have something very cool planned.
Yep. But I'm not going to tell you, not because I like keeping secrets, but in case it doesn't happen, then I could be like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, and we're good. So I'm going to keep working away on this.
Right on. Plausible deniability, I like it.
Right. And I have a brand new Volkswagen expansion tank. No idea what that goes in, but we have it. It was in the container. I think it was for an idea we had and never used. So, bam, I just threw it on the stud over here. I think maybe that's ABS, maybe. I don't know. I'm not an E34 expert or anything. So, but yeah, I'm thinking like something like that. And then this nozzle goes right here. And this goes to right there. We're gonna put a big E fan right here, and we'll be good to go. And if you guys are going to Gambler, hit us up, man. Let's go together.
Yep. Yeah, let's cruise down. Right on.
Or up, it's in Fort Collins.
Or cruise up.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, next update, let me know.
All right. Zach, you want to jump in and show them our throttle?
All right, so
Let me jump in
there
the
were
car,
some
dude.
claws, and he professionally installed.
I made the E34 throttle cable work with a lot of zip ties.
Home Depot is in business for a reason.
Gambler Engineering.
Ready? We're at idle, but now we're fucking ripping it.
Do it again. We gotta see that.
Whoa!
Let's get that in slow motion.
That's a lot of power.
And I don't know.
350 cubic inches.
That's a lot of inches.
There's like weird
It
shit
is.
going on back there that doesn't move, but like it's definitely engaging the mechanical secondaries if you watch right there. Hit it again. Yeah, see? Mechanical secondaries.
Could be the first throttle mounted to a booster.
Oh yeah, it is. It's zip tied
To the
booster.
That's a
Good.
boosted throttle.
All right, so I don't know if you guys know, engine mounts are. Oh, where's our board? We can cross shit off. All right, so we got the engine mounts.
cardboard.
Okay, it was kind of a bear, but Joel and Jason, they helped a lot. We ended up having to unbolt the trans from its mounts to pull the engine forward and then rebolt the trans mount back on, but it worked. Brakes, let's go up. Okay.
I'm doing that full length.
So, right here, if you guys know anything about GMs, apparently truck stuff, there is the brake proportioning.
Oh, we didn't
belt.
even ask about that at the AutoZone. We could have bought that.
I thought you did, and you said
No,
they didn't have
I
it.
forgot about asking about the free.
We'll get it from Aldo tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that goes here, and it's where the two lines from the master come down and then split to the two front brake lines, and then it's one line to the rear. Now what we did, I don't know if we pointed it out earlier in the video, well, what we needed to do,
I think we did.
but there wasn't a brake line from here to here. But we found, so this thing's been shortened, right? We just talked about that. The welds are right there. You can see where it was cut and shortened. But the original brake line that went from there to there, when it was full length, was in the car. So we didn't want to get brake flare tools and all that stuff, so we just used the full length line and we ran it up and over here and around and back down to there. So now it's all hooked up and nothing goes there. So it doesn't matter. So it can run all up there. It's not gonna get in the way. E-brakes. Technically, we could make this work with a lot of work. We have a Suburban out there we could probably steal some parts off of. But how it would work is this would attach to something in between these and it would pull a lever on this frame to here. We would need like a foot one. So that's never gonna happen. It's a manual transmission. It doesn't need that. Anyway, so the BMW Slave, the fitting is an M10 by 1.0. The GM is an M12 by 1.0. So we need an adapter from that to that. AutoZone has it on their website, but if you go to the store, they can't look it up. We bent some of the power steering lines that we smashed when the engine mounts and it was too low. So we just got literally just screw that in, hook that up, and we're gonna have working power steering. The fuel line is right here, which I think I showed you guys before. It's also good. Ooh, here's the other end of the fuel line. So it ends right here. We just need to get that up into the tank. And so big thing we're gonna have to come up with tomorrow is drive shaft. So this is 1/2 of the old drive shaft, I'm guessing, and it's just slightly too short after it's been shortened. So my thought, but this does have the slip yoke on it, so this will be a functional part, but it's about 4 inches too short. This is a BMW shaft right here.
Yeah, it's a good shaft.
And it's about the same girth. So I'm thinking of cutting it right here on this weld. I don't know, maybe that goes into that. I don't really know about drive shafts.
Chris is the shaft man.
But I'm thinking I just take that out, weld this on to the end there, and we just make it the length it needs to be. We have some brand new U-joints to go in here, and
And you flex.
we'll have a drive shaft. Worst case though, the front drive shaft is still the factory drive shaft. We just put it in 4-wheel drive and we just drive it around with just the front drive shaft.
Then we have a Honda.
Then we have a Honda. We will make a front wheel drive BMW.
Yep.
But here's our radiator. We can talk about the radiator. It's in now, and I found a BMW hose over in our parts bin, or maybe it's not a BMW hose. It was a hose over in our parts bin, and it's connected. So I feel pretty confident in the cooling system. We didn't get an E-fan for it yet, but I mean, just looking at that flow, like what could go wrong there?
Did you mention what it's from?
It's from the R107 that you guys saw earlier. I think that's it for tonight. I I was feeling a little stressed at the beginning of today, so like halfway through this episode about getting it all done, but things just kind of came together tonight. Zach helped, Joel helped. Hey, I think I already said this. Thanks, guys. And dude, we're gonna make this happen.
It's almost like we have months to do it, but it's easier to do it the last week. Because I waited forever with my Subaru too.
Dude, you guys are gonna see Zach's Subaru.
Oh,
It's
Dude, the
fucking
Subaru is sick.
the Subaru's
It's a one-off, too.
yeah, it's a one-off custom build that I didn't do. Bought, not built.
Zach, stay into the mantra.
Yeah.
He does have to work on this one though,
With every event.
because he broke it.
Yeah.
I broke it.
But I guess we had to work on the E34 as well.
Yeah.
So until tomorrow, or maybe a few days for you guys, but tomorrow for us.
We'll see you then.
Cheers.
Cheers.